Hello everyone and welcome back to the Premier League Unfiltered. I hope you're all doing well. We have a very interesting piece this episode and we're going to talk about where the league is really won. I think it's the midfield. This is the engine room and this season we can quantify success based on three statistical pillars: defensive action, progression, and creativity. Let's break down the 25-26 season and see why certain teams are absolutely flying right now. You look at Arsenal and Chelsea, and what you see is statistical specialization. With Zubimendi now alongside Declan Rice, Arsenal has achieved lead control. Zubimendi is the anchor. His 89% pass accuracy and nearly 60 successful passes per 90 puts him in the top 7% of all players in the league. That means he simply does not lose the ball in midfield. This stability is the key that unlocks Declan Rice. With that kind of security, Rice can focus on being that progressive monster, ranking in the top 90th percentile for progressive carries and passes. And it's the same story at Chelsea. The Enzo Caicedo pivot is dominating defensively. Caicedo is the ball winning machine. He's already racked up 34 tackles this season, and that volume, over 3 tackles per 90, is reminiscent of Kante at its peak. That defensive intensity frees up Enzo Fernandez to concentrate on creation and progression. Both of them are now contributing goals and assists, proving the entire unit is firing across all three pillars. Now let's flip it and look at the teams who are currently struggling in the midfield, and it all comes down to a structural problem. Take Man City and the Rodri fitness crisis. Rodri is the best in the world at what he does, but this season he's only played 294 minutes. When he's not on the pitch, City loses its most vital component, the ability to win back the ball instantly in the middle third. New players haven't covered this gap, leading to constant midfield rotation and a complete lack of tactical fluency. United and Liverpool face similar problems. For United, the midfielders get touches, but they lag in efficiency metrics like progressive pass accuracy and dual one percentage. They fail to break lines effectively and struggle to win the ball back cleanly, which is crippling their ability to transition. For Liverpool, after their title win last season, they haven't maintained the collective defensive intensity needed for the high press this year. But at Spurs, it's a one-man show. Palhinha at Spurs is already registered a league high of 57 total tackles this season. Forget the rest of the Spurs midfield. He is doing the work of two people. Since his Premier League debut, Palhinha has claimed the crown for total tackles, 349. That's 10 more than Caicedo. His unparalleled individual dominance allows the rest of the attack to play with zero defensive conscious, making him a unique tactical solution to a weak defensive spine. So anyway, the winning formula this season is about finding the perfect statistical balance and specialization in the midfield. Arsenal and Chelsea have found the blueprint, while City, Liverpool, United, who were compromised by fitness, are now playing catch up. Alright, let's talk about Matchday 13. We had red cards, late dramas, a massive London derby that lived up to the hype, even if the quality was a bit off, to be honest. Let's start with Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won, Arsenal won. That game had it all. And the moment that defined everything happened before halftime. Caicedo gets sent off in the 30th minute, and you talk about a tactical battle. That red card should have completely handed the game to Arsenal. But what did Chelsea do? They struck first in the second half through Chalobah. That tells you everything about the grit Maresca is building. Arsenal dominating with 62% possession, finally leveled through Mikel Merino, but they couldn't find the winner, despite being a man up for over 50 minutes. For Arsenal, it's a point that keeps them on top, but it feels like 2 points drop. For Chelsea, it's an absolute morale victory, secured by superb defending and a huge performance. Elsewhere, we had City 3, Leeds 2, a game that was pure chaos. City thought they had it easy going up 2-0 at halftime. Leeds clawed it back to 2-2 in the second half. This highlights the problem we just discussed. City's midfield control isn't the guaranteed lock it used to be, especially with Rodri's minutes being managed. It looks like a moment of absolute late brilliance from Phil Foden, then 100 minutes off the stoppage time to snatch a 3-2 win. But City are still looking shaky at the back and struggling to finish teams off, but I still feel the team that can go toe-to-toe with Arsenal for the title race is Man City. Then we had Spurs 1, Fulham 2. Spurs went down 2-0 inside the first 6 minutes due to a combination of defensive error and a goalkeeping mistake. And Fulham hadn't won an away game this season, and they come to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and take all 3 points. West Ham 0, Liverpool 2. This was a massive result for Arne Slot, and Liverpool, who needed a win to stop the rot. It was tight, but Isak broke the deadlock and Gakpo sealed it in the stoppage time after Paqueta saw red late on. Everton 1, Newcastle 4. What a statement for Newcastle. They absolutely swept Everton. Everton were never in the game at all. United got a crucial 2-1 win away at Palace. Nothing pretty, but they grabbed all 3 points that they needed to keep pace. Villa continued their solid form, grinding pulling out a 1-0 win against Wolves. Brighton were too good for Forest, winning 2-0 away. And big wins for Brentford, 3-1 versus Burnley, and Sunderland 3-2 versus Bournemouth. Anyways, the games are coming thick and fast. We have midweek fixtures in the Premier League this week. City just beat Fulham 5-4 and Everton just edged past Bournemouth 1-0, and Newcastle versus Spurs currently 0-0 at the moment as we speak. Then we have Brighton versus Villa tomorrow, which will be a great game, and I'm backing Brighton to win this one 2-0. Then we have Burnley versus Palace. I think this one will be a 0-0 draw. Then Wolves versus Forest. I'll back Wolves on this one and they will win this one 1-0. Arsenal host Brentford after their 1-1 draw with Chelsea, where they couldn't seal the deal with a man advantage. Arsenal needs a decisive win to prove they have the title mentality, but Brentford are always tricky. But the Gunners need 3 clean points here, no excuses, so they will win this one 2-1. Leeds versus Chelsea. This will be a tough road trip for potentially exhausted Chelsea side, so I'll go with a 1-1 draw. United versus West Ham. United got a gritty win over Palace, but they weren't convincing. West Ham just took a 2-0 loss to Liverpool and saw Paqueta sent off, so I'll go with the United win 3-1. Then the big one, Liverpool versus Sunderland. I think this one will be a great game, and I'll make a shock prediction here and go with the Sunderland win at Anfield 2-1. Anyways, it's a huge defining midweek in the Premier League. Pressure is mounting across the table. Let's see how it all pans out. With that brings a wrap to this episode of the Premier League Unfiltered. Thank you all for listening. Let us know your thoughts and feedbacks. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Speak to you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.